Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 426. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and today we're going to talk a little shop for you. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We are back immediately following the recording we just made that our good friends heard yesterday.
Yep.
We have some stories to tell.
Yep.
Some people to thank.
Yes,
what
sir.
we like to think is a fairly interesting topic to delve into.
I think so.
But as always, before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs. And Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They are the official beer sponsors for CCO Sidewalk Slam Season 2, Episode 3, available right now on YouTube, where you should be watching Episode 4 soon to come as you listen to this, if it's on time. If you listen to this in the future, 4, 5, 6 are out. Listen, watch those two. They're super funny. 4 was the best one, though.
Oh, yeah. Big thanks to Pile of Bones for sponsoring Sidewalk Slam Season 2. Man, I can't wait. I've got the footage pulled up. I'm ready to go through it, ready to cut it down, distill it down to its most entertaining, funniest form. The end of that game, all I hope is everything that happened, it all gets captured on all of the microphones.
I hope that the energy that was in the room, just like...
There was some laughing.
Because it was very, very good. You know, I wish we hadn't hyped it up so much, because I would almost want to record more games and have that one be the last one of this run of games.
Oh, frick.
Because it's the perfect ending to any game, in my opinion. I think it's one of the funniest things that's ever happened, and it's a situation that I'll bet you every table of longtime Magic players has joked about ad nauseum for years.
Yeah.
And it finally happened, and it's so good.
So good. So, big thanks to Pile of Bones. Big thanks to FusionGamingOnline.com. Remember, CCO Summer promo code's changing. You can still use it right now if you want to get a discount, but in the future, when April rolls in and it's the actual spring, leading into actual summer, it's going to be CCO Save. The promo code tells you exactly what's going to happen when you use it.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
That's a good-ass idea right there.
Good idea. So if you want to build 3 Dawg from yesterday, if you want to pick up any of the cards that we talk about today, we've got some questions and some thoughts and just some real natural kind of conversation to get through today, because we haven't really talked about each other's decks and talked shop like Magic over beers in quite a long time. I was sick for a little while. My kids had hockey all winter, so I missed a bunch of like EDH&Ms throughout the winter. Yep. But all of that's over, and I'm kicking off my spring of Magic right now.
Ooh,
yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's like the fourth day of spring.
I shouldn't say right now, because we got a little tiny bit of podcast business.
Oh.
Big thank you to all the Patreon supporters. Patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
Where you could become one of them.
You could. Benefits include, air quotes benefits first. Your CCO nickname.
Yeah.
Air quotes benefit.
Yeah, benefit.
Yeah. Us preferring your decks that you submit to the CCO Discord.
That doesn't mean we only use those ones. CommanderCookout@gmail.com. If you got a list we think you think we should listen to, look at, do on the show, send them in.
Very much so. Sometimes I get deck lists on Twitter. Like, people will DM me or send me a link or something. That's fine, but I don't want to take that link and then like email myself. So if you just email commandercookout@gmail.com, we have a folder right for those, and we save everything just in case the patrons come up frickin' bunk and don't have anything good for us. But,
or only have like sellout shit.
But the patrons are really good. Lots of clever, creative, smart, and nice people in there. So
they're sevens.
If you want to become part of a good community, get your nickname, get your decks featured. Deals on the CCO store. I've got a patron-only discount code there. Ooh. So if you want to get further savings, I do, when I open up commissions for Altered Art Magic cards, the first place I go is our Altered Art channel to say to patrons, hey, I'm open for commissions, and quite usually the commission slots for the month fill up from the patrons. And I like doing it that way because I'm servicing the patrons. I've worked with them before. They know kind of the timeline and cost expectations, and it's very easy for me to do it that way.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in on that, that's another benefit. If you like another benefit, if you like Commander History, that's launched on March 25th. That's my new show with Mac, or our new show with Mac. And the final one,
Jesus.
Gemstone Mine with John, if you want to actually learn about magic.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, it's lots.
How's my neck? Is it swollen?
It's red.
Kind
You look purple on the camera. I don't know if somebody's maybe to clean that up in post, but
Probably not.
you look
I'm
pretty.
just purple now.
You look very purple. You look
I am wearing a
grimace.
purple shirt, too, so that probably helps my purpleness.
I mean, yeah, and you look the glow off of your screen has like blue light in it.
I got Scryfall home screen open, so everything's purple up in this bitch.
Yeah, except me.
Yeah.
I look relatively healthy, and I got my hat on backwards so that
You
it
can't
doesn't
see,
shade my face.
so we can't see your unkempt frickin'.
Yeah, everybody knows why Brando wears a hat on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, literally go back through time and listen to every Commander Cookout until you hear the answer.
There is a reason. It's a very good reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hang on.
Oh, you wait. What do you? What do you
Okay,
got?
I got a thing first.
You got a thing? Okay, I'm
have
gonna take my sweater off.
Okay, I have a crisis of magic thing. I'm having an identity crisis, if you will. Let me hit you with this.
Hit me.
One of the more famous Commander Cookout lists, if I do say so myself, Norrin the Wary.
Yes, I agree.
My deck that I build, I love, I play all the time,
Oh no.
and the project that I've had, project make it look as little like a Magic deck as I can.
And that's secret layers, things that don't look like magic cards. You probably got a couple altars in there, like just kooky stuff that, like you got the weird blood moon that doesn't even, like it looks like a tarot card.
Yeah, like all sorts of weird shit in there. And I love it. And it's a great conversation piece, and like people like to look through it. Look at that. I've noticed that now that every set has just like different wanted posters and invisible ink and dossier cards and constellation shit,
oil
and stained
slick
glass, and all this stuff. I have a couple other decks now that look way less like Magic decks than Norrin the Wary does. Yeah, you should. Maybe I'll get a link to it. We can put it in the description below. My Radidrabic.
Okay.
Only legendary Orzhov deck.
And all the legends have their
own
all
treatments.
The legends have their own treatments from their own sets.
Looking at that is insane. That deck is insane to look at.
Yeah.
And it's done all the things that Norrin is trying to do.
Yep.
But like easier.
Oh.
And so I feel like my Norrin the Wary deck, while my favorite deck of all time, that will never change, has sort of lost something that makes it special and unique and different than all of the other decks that are out there, because now I personally have, I'm going to say, 3 decks that are doing that, where I have 3 decks that just don't look like Magic decks. Watch CCO Sidewalk Slam episode 3 where I play my Atraxa deck.
Yep.
It doesn't look much like a Magic deck anymore either.
Yeah, you've got like retro frames and oil slicks and step and complete foils. I'm trying to think of
There's
like
those
full arts.
There's those ones that are like the white,
Yes.
They have white sides and a colored stripe up the middle, like the concept cards.
The concept Praters, yep.
Like there's,
Those are cool. I like those.
they all just look different. They're doing what Norrin does, but I don't want to say better, but easier, because it's easier to pick a legend that has a showcase frame than like, because Norrin's at this point is doing a pretty specific thing.
Yep.
So you got to find the card that's going to fit in there better than a card that's already there that also has a ridiculous art.
Yes.
Hard to do.
So what's the question? That's French for question.
What do I do? Do I just accept that Norrin physically isn't as unique as it once was? Or do I do something to, I don't want to say force it, 'cause that's the wrong word, but to give it a little jump start, give it a little kick in the butt, give it a little kick in the touche to make it go a little more better.
Play Cartouche of Zeal.
It can't. It looks too much like a Magic card.
Okay, I think
what
two
do you
things.
do? What do you do there?
Like many things on Commander Cookout, I say, okay, 2 things.
Okay.
2 things. Here, two things.
Okay.
Because other decks have the ability to do that thing, let's call it a gimmick.
Okay.
To do that gimmick, because you like that word.
It is a gimmick.
You
yes.
like gimmicks.
I love gimmicks.
Because other decks can do that gimmick doesn't make Norrin doing that gimmick less unique. So whatever you're feeling, that self-consciousness or that feeling of failure or not being able to do that in mono red, this exact strategy, you're still doing it.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, I guess
Right?
so.
And for people who like the race car analogies, because I do.
Yeah, I do.
Just because other cars go fast doesn't mean my car is not also fast.
That's
right?
true. Yeah,
Like if
that's
I build a race car, it's gonna be fast.
Yeah.
Other cars are also fast though.
Yeah.
Doesn't make mine slow. So
Ooh.
that's the first thing.
And your car is real junky, but since it still goes fast, it's impressive.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Second thing is what do you do to kickstart it, jumpstart it, reinvigorate the project?
Yeah.
Maybe just even continue the project when it gets harder and harder to find random stuff. Because it's not like somebody at WotC has your Norin list and is specifically printing cards for it.
Hint, hint.
Right? It's some random red card from a bygone set that you need a weird printing for that's probably never going to happen.
I mean, I got Price of Glory,
Hey, there you go.
right? It's got red borders.
Yeah.
It's ugly as hell.
Oh, yeah, those are so
They're
terrible.
the worst.
What about doing a complete breakdown by category or function that cards serve in the deck and saying something like, no, before that, look at all of the weird stuff that could go in the deck and see if there's a trend that you could include.
Ooh.
Right?
Like when I included dice rolling.
Yes, yeah, exactly. What if there's like a dice rolling or an attraction theme or an aura theme or a land destruction theme, sub-theme, strategy, whatever it is, that coincidentally that theme or strategy has a lot of weird-looking cards that you could a little bit morph. And I'm not saying that this is what Norin does, but let's say Norin had like this goblin sub-theme.
Yeah, which it used to.
What if you could take out the goblin sub-theme and put in the dice rolling theme, because the dice rolling theme has 5 or 6 weird-looking cards in it?
Yeah.
Just see if you can identify a trend or pattern, theme, or strategy that has a high concentration of weird-looking frickin' magic cards.
It's a good idea.
You got any of the Lord of the Rings poster cards in there?
No.
There's what's the Scouring of the Shire one?
Scouring of the Shire.
Spiteful Banditry's got a poster card.
Does it have a poster card?
Yeah. Spiteful
I have
Bandit.
I have the scene one where it's just like the top of an axe and
Yes.
there's somebody's forehead. I have that one in Terralf.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Here, check it out. I got up on my screen so Brando can see.
Oh shit! Look
There's
at that.
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there you go. See, and like you could maybe play that one in Norin.
Yeah, I don't have one. The only one of those I own. I opened the. It was the Witch King of Angmar.
Oh yeah.
Is that it?
Man, I might need that one.
And I don't know what that card does. And
Nobody knows what the Lord of the Rings poster cards do.
I played it because this is cool. And then I went to actually play it in a game. Oh, what does that do? I don't know. And then we all went to read it. I was like, what the? I have no idea what this does.
I'll read you what the One Ring does on the poster card. If you read the card from left to right.
So as if it is being read like something in the West would be read.
Yes, line by line by line by line, not as it is in the columns with different colored text.
Okay.
You ready, everybody?
Yes.
Indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you at the beginning tap, gain protection of your upkeep, put everything, you lose life, put everything kind of on the same line for each burden counter until burden, then draw, next turn, counter, the One Ring.
What the fuck was that? What the hell was that?
It's in different columns.
Oh,
man,
oh
so
my
good.
God. What do they do? Oh,
Nobody knows what that card does, man.
oh man.
That
Why
card-
are they doing that with complicated cards?
Nobody knows what that card does so bad that they changed it in Arena.
Man. That's
It's like the best card of the year.
that's right up there with Texas Cryptic Command, hey?
So good.
I
So
pay
good.
this magic cost you can see on the top of the card. And then I just tell you 2 things that it does and you should believe me.
Yes.
Because look at my face.
You know what? Sometimes I forget and I just hold it until I counter and I draw a card.
Yep.
And
they
you know
have
what?
to believe you.
It's gotta tap all permanents they control. That's gotta be one. Sometimes I'll go draw a card, tap all your guys, kill you.
It's draw a card, tap all your guys, counter a spell, bounce a thing.
Bounce, tap all creatures, bounce target permanent?
I think.
Or is it bounce target creature, tap all permanents?
No, it's bounce target permanent, tap all things. Or tap all creatures. Because tap all things would be too good. Even for Cryptic Command.
Yeah, okay. Choose 2. Counter target spell. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Tap all creatures your opponents control. There it is.
Opponents?
Plural.
Fuck.
Yeah, that card's freaking good.
It's even better than I thought it was.
Draw card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just why not?
Find a theme. See if there's something in that theme that you can incorporate. That's what I would do.
Okay, maybe that's what I'll do. If you have any ideas, put them in the comments or send it off to us.
Hey, and if you're trying to do what Uncle Brando's doing, or like what I'm doing with the full set of Lord of the Rings, don't get discouraged because things take time, and like the deck can be done for now until the next Secret Lair comes out, or the super drop comes out, and you look at it, and it's like going to shop.
Yeah.
Right? It's like going to shop when the spring line comes out or whatever. And if there's nothing, then the deck just remains complete for the time being.
Yeah, wait for the summer.
And that's fine.
Off topic a little bit, but thank you for the advice.
Yeah,
and I'm going to give them some advice as well. Utilize your wish lists, everybody. If you have your email address registered with a site that you buy cards from, especially FusionGamingOnline.com.
I've got 23 things on my wish list.
I have at least that many. Just even if you think, they're never going to get this, put it in there. Because I've got a couple of cards, like a couple of, some really cool oddity rarities that just sort of show up. And that's cool, man. Like, if you're looking for something specific, don't hesitate to utilize those wish lists across the sites that you buy from. And if you're, whatever site, Fusion is a great one. Whatever site you use, just use them.
I got 22 actually, and I want to read you some of them.
Okay.
Some of them are like the things I'm missing from Lord of the Rings that I don't think I'll be able to just randomly walk into an LGS and see or find.
Sure.
Like the extended art jumpstart cards. The jumpstart specific extended art cards that only came in collector packs.
Oh yeah.
Those ones are just so hard to find.
Yeah.
Right? So, but in addition to those, I've got things like a foil Phyrexian altar from Invasion.
Ooh.
Just to see if it ever comes back in stock, right? I've got a foil Visions from Beyond. If a library has 20 or more cards, draw 3.
Graveyard has 20 more cards.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Ancestral Recall if you've milled a bunch.
Yeah, stuff like that. I've got the Elven Language Soul Ring.
Sure.
Not that I'll ever buy that for $1,000 frickin' dollars anytime soon, but I want to see if it comes back into stock, and if it does, if the price goes up or down. That'll help me kind of plan, prepare, track, anticipate.
Gird your loins.
Yeah. I've got a retro frame serialized Bruvac for the same reasons as those other ones, just to see what they cost if they come back into stock.
What Bruvac did you settle on?
I've got my original one from Jumpstart still.
Why?
Because I'm a loser.
I've opened every one of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
You got a serialized one?
No.
Oh.
No. You would have. I would have not. You would have it, and I would have your money. That's what would have happened.
No, you would not. You would put it in a binder right beside all your goddamn foil or dark misprinted Griffin Canyons. You just have a page of Griffin Canyons with a Bruvac right in the middle slot. Oh, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
That's a good idea. You got that many?
I'm not telling you. I will neither.
Do you and Aaron and Tyler all combined have 9 of them yet?
I will not confirm or deny.
Can I back a deck with dark misprinted Griffin Canyons one day?
I will say in your presence that I have been looking for dark misprint Visions Griffin Canyons for about 7 years now. That is what I will say. That is where I will leave it. And here we are. Here we are now today in 2024, just before the Easter long weekend.
Yeah.
Is it the same in America? Do they have the same Easter long as we do?
Was it the same Jesus Christ that got crucified then rose 2 days later on Easter Sunday?
I don't know. Was it?
Probably.
Was it? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, they think he's a different color than we do.
Well, one of them talked to a lizard, and then one of them lived on a mountain, and there's a whole bunch of different Jesuses, isn't there?
We hired a guy at the mine named De Jesus and his brother De Leon.
The Jesus and the Leon, hey?
Yes, the Jesus and the Leon.
Wow. Who's the Leon, though? What's he famous for?
I don't know. They're from the Philippines.
Is he the furniture guy?
I don't know.
Because we have Leon's Furniture here in Canada.
That's
I
a
guess.
Canadian thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Whatever.
So yeah, utilize your wish list. But none of that's actually what I wanted to talk to you about today.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention the thing, and should we take a slight break, grab a little bit of cider from over here,
Yes.
and then we'll talk about the real shit.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So here's the thing. This is what I got. This is what I've been thinking of. We're having imagine this, everybody. Brando and I are sitting at EDH&M after in the bar drinking a couple beers,
Yeah.
as we do,
Checks out.
if you can imagine.
Sounds like something that's real.
And you were talking about Throne of the Dragon? Throne of the...
Dragon Throne of Tarkir?
Dragon Throne of Tarkir, yes. And we were saying that's a good card. I said, I never played that card, not one time ever. I've never cast that card.
I use it as a win condition in Toxrill.
Yeah, and I said, I think that the strategy vector that you build decks on, or the register that you build decks on, is different than or other than how I do. You use this card to some great effect. Good card, I can recognize.
Yep.
I never cast the thing ever in my life.
Yep. You look, oh man, this is cool. I hope somebody plays this.
And I thought it would be an interesting kind of experiment if I could a little bit like describe your deck strategy to you, and then you try and do it to me. And I thought that would be fun.
You want me to go first? You mill and you play crabs. That's it. That's
I
it.
don't even have a crab deck anymore.
What?
I have it together, but it's all parted out.
Oh, come on.
I took the lands out, because it had a bunch of fetches in it that I needed.
Come on.
And it had a bunch of equipment in it that I needed.
Come on. Just buy more.
I can't afford it.
Just open more. Aren't they reprinting fetch lands in an upcoming Masters set?
Yeah.
They're finally doing borderless fetches, and they're going to be in packs that are, what are they, $90?
Yeah, I'm not going to buy those ones.
Me neither.
I'm not going to buy those ones. Who wants to go first? You want to try and describe my play style, or you want me to describe yours?
Okay, you go first so I know what...
Yeah, okay. So I'll set the bar.
That way I'll know what metrics I'm supposed to get you on.
Okay, so this is what I was thinking on last night and on the drive-in this morning when I'm thinking about, okay, what am I going to ask Brando? Okay. Colors that you like.
Oh,
And colors that you stay away from.
Come on, it's too easy.
Well, yeah, a little bit. You like white. I mean, you said the wrong color. No. You like red and green. That's your favorite.
Correct.
And your next one that you probably play the most of, probably black.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And some combination of black and other things, red, green, or red, green, and other things.
Yes.
All that checks out.
Yes.
Blue, you play the fourth most, and white, you play the least.
Correct.
Generally, I would say that you play top end aggro. That would be not a ton of go wide, fast, low to the ground aggro. Fast build up, get your high end big beaters out quickly and in plentiful variety.
Yes.
You think am I doing good so far?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that you generally stay away from soft forms of control or political control, where you try to politic to save cards in your hand. I don't think that you do that very often. You, don't do that, I'll counter it, or strategies that I would expect you to have a counter spell in or a Wrath of God in. You don't play those strategies often.
Nope.
It doesn't say you don't play removal, but I wouldn't expect you to play Wrath of God. And part of that is because I don't expect you to play white, even though sweepers do exist in non-white colors.
I play a chain reaction like one deck.
Well, there. See, there you go. Right.
Where it makes me win the game.
Yeah, exactly. You're weaponizing your control.
Yes.
And that's an aggro strategy.
Yes.
Yes, that's how you flip from mid game to very abrupt late game.
Yes.
Yes, and that's an aggro thing.
You're alive, then you're dead.
I think that you actively stay away from combo, that you don't like combo finishing, because when you do it or when somebody else does it to the table that you're at, you find it anticlimactic.
Yes.
I would like to know, that's on that topic specifically, is that something that you developed into, or something that is only since you started to play EDH? Is that because you invest? Why don't you play combo?
I stopped playing combo.
Stopped playing combo.
Well, I have a couple of decks that do combo stuff.
Okay.
But like I stopped kind of trying to include it as the main way that a deck wins. Like I still have them in decks because decks got to win. We talk about that all the time.
Yep.
But after I saw a few, I don't want to put Laura on blast right now, but she's the most obvious example that you and I both know.
Okay.
And people in the nation who have played with her will agree with me, and they will.
Okay.
She takes very long, kind of dirtily turns that accrue value incrementally during the same turn, and then will either win with the combo or not.
Yes.
But each turn does that incremental build-up, and it either wins or does not.
Incremental and non-deterministic.
Yes.
Non-deterministic because that's like the neutral game term versus dirtily being like the derogatory term for that.
And
I got you, Lara.
And I'm not saying that all combos are like that because they're not.
Yeah.
But that experience kind of overall, you get Trogged a few times.
Yeah.
You get Najeela Blade Blossomed a couple of times,
well,
which are faster. They're faster.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
But
is the faster combo that kills you instantly? Like think of Bruvac Maddening Cacophony when I instantly mill the whole table.
Yeah.
Is that give the same or different feeling?
We will get to that when I do you. But that's why I stopped doing it because it's like I didn't like how that. Like I'm kind of bored. And then, like, remember my original clones deck? One of the big win conditions was infinite turns, cloning the best thing every turn, and using the 8 of the best thing at the table to win.
Yep.
But then sometimes I'd take 10 turns and not win. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, so I'm doing this thing that I find kind of boring when it's done against me, so I'm going to just kind of start doing less of it. So my turns were more like big, smashy, and colorful, and or not. That's what my turns do.
So that was something that you developed into out of not wanting to make other people feel shitty like you felt.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty good reason.
I don't want other people to sit and wait like I do. And maybe some people probably don't mind it. And I'm not trying to say don't do that if you're playing games with me.
Yeah.
But like that's not the experience that I come out for. And if I have to sit through it, I will.
Yeah.
But always control what you can control and try not to control other people.
Unless it's with actual strategic Magic card playing.
Well, in Magic, but like outside of Magic, you can't control what somebody else is going to put in their decks.
Yes.
You can control what I'm going to put in mine. So I try not to do those things just because I don't particularly like when it's happening on the other side of the table.
Yep.
So I just assume that other people are going to be like me and not want to see that. So unless it's something that I can shortcut real quick or demonstrate with a flow chart that I keep folded up in my token box, yes, I do have that. Yes, that does exist.
You know what I really like is as an experienced Magic player, hearing you say like, I've had all of these things happen to me. Some of them I know that I like and everybody else who I've ever played Magic with likes.
Yep.
Those are the strategies that I'm going to play. The things that I don't like or I've noticed that others don't like, I'm going to do my best to stay away from those strategies. That's the answer I hear.
Yeah.
And that just comes from experience, right? Yeah. When we were younger and first getting into Commander, and I'm talking like more than a decade ago.
Yeah.
And even before that, when we played 60-4 casual, before anybody even knew what EDH was, we played some degenerate trash that was hard to play against.
Yeah.
And that made for some salt. Yep. And as we matured as people and as friends, but also became better at Magic, like if I don't like what you're doing, I'm going to meta game against you.
Yeah.
And eventually, if everybody metas against you, that thing that we don't like that you're doing is going to weed itself out anyways.
Yeah.
But to save as friends, to save ourselves all of that heartache and
that process,
that shit,
we
were just like, oh, I guess nobody likes this. I'm going to switch strategies and
do this
find something else that's also powerful.
Yeah,
right.
I'll just do some. I'll find the things that I like that are fine, and then I'll just do those.
You know what I'm struggling with.
And I play fucking stacks. I do.
Yeah.
And you know what? People don't necessarily like that, But
Well,
I mean,
one or two stacks pieces in a deck isn't playing capital S
Yeah.
stacks.
Yeah.
And if you are, you're playing your capital S stacks deck against my combo CEDH deck.
Yeah.
And that's appropriate.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. I'm trying to combo you faster than you can stop me.
Yeah.
And that's appropriate.
get Winter Orb, dickhead.
Exactly, right? I'm having a tough time. We'll switch sides here right away, but I want to tell you about my Marvel. Remember I told you I'm building octopus freaking big creature guy deck? Where I clash, it turns freaking Magic into the game of war.
Yeah.
Just reveal and biggest number wins. That's how you
Yes.
play war with a bicycle card deck. And the deck is either insanely powerful or completely freaking terrible.
Or worthless.
No top deck manipulation. The first game I ever played with it, I clashed 5 times. 5 times in a row, I hit a land. On the 6th one, I hit like a 2-drop and the guy flipped a 1-drop. And I won the clash and I drew the 2-drop. Oh, powerful magic. Yeah, after I cast my 5-drop commander for the 3rd time. Right? Like, it was terrible. The next time I played it, like the next game, I attack with Marvo Deep Operative. When he attacks, you clash with an opponent. If you win a clash, you draw a card, you can cast an 8-drop for free. So like
Is it exactly 8 or 8 or,
8 or less. 8 or less. Oh yeah, 8 or less.
Yeah.
So I go like this. I goes, attack you. He's a 1/8. Take 1. Oh yeah, 40 turn clock. And I clash. I win with like a 5-drop, and I draw it. The 8-drop I cast from my hand was Peer into the Abyss. I draw half my deck, and then I go tap 5, put a Dream Halls onto the battlefield. Dream Halls, which lets you discard a card to cast a card for free of the same color. I go Dream Halls, discard a blue card, Time Warp.
Yeah.
And then I go discard a card, take an extra turn, discard a card, take an extra turn. So I got like 6 turns in a row now.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, how do you win? And I go discard a black card, cast Razaketh. Discard a black card, cast Rune card, Scarred Demon. Discard a blue card, cast a giant 8/8 Kraken, right? And I'll be like, okay, I'll go to my extra turn, hit you for 30.
What the?
Cycle here.
It's all good.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I hope the mic's got it. I hope you can leave it in.
Oh, I will.
Oh yeah, leave it in, Joe.
It's
Leave
in.
it in. Leave it in. So they're like, oh, so you're just gonna take extra turns and like value hit us for 8/8s? And I'm like,
Well, value hitting for 8/8 is like,
yeah, it's gonna take, dudes. It's gonna take like 3 turns. You guys can just scoop because I've got literally 40 cards in my hand and 15 of them are removal. And if you try and do anything, I'll just counter it. Like, here's my hand. And a little bit, it was like epic and awesome, and I got to
Yeah.
cast all these cards I love. But a little bit, it was anticlimactic because it was an extra turns combo.
yeah. And everybody sounded like, oh.
But also, just the game before, I demonstrated how bad the deck is, right? So I don't know what to do, and I'm having a hard time.
Well, that's exactly what I would expect you to do.
Have a hard time or stomp people's dinks into the dirt.
Because here's what you do.
Okay, here's what I do. I'm ready.
Here's what you do. You like to play black.
I do like black.
I think black is your most favoriteest color.
Teamer's my favorite combination.
But black
my
is your favorite color. If you had one color that you had to play, you would pick black. And Teamer.
Not blue.
Not blue. Blue is your second most favorite.
You're probably right.
It is.
Maybe I'm just being hard on myself. Maybe I do like blue more.
No, you don't. You like black more.
Okay. He's just saving face for me.
No, he likes black more. He does.
Oh, yeah.
But blue
Black's
has the
fucking good.
blue has the. And here's your thing. And
Right.
I dig on you like this all the time for
Yeah.
this kind of shit all the time. You like to build decks that are a silly little gimmick, like
Yes.
crabs,
Yes.
like mill,
Yes.
like clash,
Yes.
but.
Like all my guys have dies triggers, like
And
in
when you-
Lord of Tressorhorn.
And when you tell people, oh, it's dies trigger themed.
Yes.
Oh, it's clash themed. Oh, it's whatever. The cards in the deck
Do that.
do those things, but they also have the Brewvac mill the whole table with one card. They also have the I clash and draw time stretch so I win. Like your decks kind of do something silly
Yes.
and then have the come out of nowhere victory.
Yes.
And in no way does that make them the same, because all your decks are very unique and very different.
Yes.
But your
And
decks...
that's a thing that I think as commander players we try to do is make our decks different, right?
Like I like the splashy, like firework explosion aggro strategy.
Yep.
You like the gimmicky, silly things to get you to that really powerful Magic place. You like to win with the compact little combos, but you like to set them up by doing stupid shit.
Just terrible stuff. It's like trying to drive in like a nail this big, but with a little tiny plastic hammer.
With a ball peen hammer. Exactly.
Yes.
And I think the reason you do that... Here it comes. The reason that you do that is because when I say something, people go, oh, fuck, he probably does have it. Because I don't bluff. When I say, do you want to hear how hard I can punch?
Yes.
The next turn, they'll take 37.
Yes.
And I've done that enough times where the one time I do bluff, maybe people will not attack me. It's
Yes.
like, oh, fuck, I don't want to risk that.
Yeah.
You build your decks all janky and shitty to do strong stuff so that you can say, it's just crabs. It's Lord of Tressorhorn. You love that political...
I just politics so hard.
Look at last game. I lost all the clashes. I'll bet you that's what you said. I'll bet you there was a time in that second game when you started winning and taking extra turns where you're like, look at last game. I didn't do anything. This deck sucks. And then you took 9 turns in a row and you swung for 70 on each of those turns, killing 3 players.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I didn't have to take any turns. They all scooped.
And those are the kind of decks I think you like to build, where you like to build on you want to do the stuff that everybody wants to do, but you start it from like this little stupid nugget.
Yes.
This stupid, you're doing the, you want to do like the top end of the thing that the deck does, but it's Bruvac beats, it's Bruvac and the boys, but it's also a very, very, very stout mill deck.
I got it. This is it. I want to do the thing, the toppest of endest, most powerful thing that all Magic players want to do. I want to do the thing, but I want to get to the thing on hard mode. Yep. And that's what it is.
And you know why you do that? I'm going to tell you why you do that. I'm going to psychological you. You like to win every game.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't win the game with your deck winning the game, doing the traditional thing, then your deck didn't necessarily do the thing. But if you're playing stupid Clash Tribal, right? And you get to clash and laugh and do the stupid garbage that and your deck just doesn't work.
And don't win.
And you don't win. You've still won because your deck did something that's funny that you can then tell the next table you play with, oh man, I played this deck last time and I clashed 19 times and I only won one.
Yes.
And it didn't do shit.
My Cascade deck, exact same way. Oh, you remember when I cascaded into the clown card? The second week in a row we tell the story.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And it will be hilarious every time it happens. Yes. And it will happen again.
Oh,
because it's not like you went home and cut Clown Car.
No,
you did not.
I put tutors for Clown Car in there.
Right? and that's how I think you build decks, where your deck will always win because your deck always does the thing. And like you'll never have a necessarily bad game unless you're flooded or screwed.
Yeah,
right.
And good deck building principles take over there. Like to know if I get flooded, it is like a statistical anomaly because I have the right amount of mana, the right amount of rocks, the right amount of card draw. It's not that the cards are bad; it's that the cards might not have all. The cards have a very disparate power level. These ones are to facilitate the theme or gimmick.
The stupid crap you're doing.
And these are the ones that are going to try and win me the game. And they're trying to feed into each other at like this kind of a steep, weird, janky angle instead of just building gradually until you get like that critical mass to go like really vertical, right?
Yeah, like your power creep would look like if you hold an acorn sideways, where it's all kind of janky and weird. And my power level is like when you take, I've said it before, you take an apple and try and balance it on its stem, where it's nothing until it's fucking everything. Like
an apple walking around on toothpicks.
Exactly. It's like, what the hell is this deck even supposed to do?
So good,
right? And I think that's how I don't know. That's how I see your decks being.
Oh, well, I'm good. I'm happy we had this conversation.
Yes, right? And I think that both of those things are good, and I think they're both fun, and I think people enjoy playing with us.
Yes.
So we must be doing something right.
And you know what? I just do my best to make sure that everybody at the table can have a good time.
Yeah.
And even if my deck is sucking, I have to remember that I put these cards, I made the decision to put this in here for a reason.
This is your fault.
This must have a reason that would theoretically bring me or the players I'm playing with some pleasure.
Yep.
So if it doesn't work out, like clashing 5 times and hitting basics each time, not even good like non-basics that'll like let me scry and shit to facilitate my strategy. No. Frickin' basics. Right? I've got to just take it and roll with it because that's magic.
That's how life works.
This is what we got to do. We've got to put it to the people that are listening, people in the nation, whether it be on Twitter or Facebook when we post the show or the Discord and everything. There's another drink for people coming to the door because we're sharing the studio today. What's your deck building strategy? Like, give us the Cole's notes, the one-liner, your favorite colors, favorite strategy, stuff you stay away from, and the reason you build the way you do.
And there's something I believe. Listen, I just hit this now. I'm believing this even more. After talking to you, you talking to me about how I build decks.
We got this.
And me putting into words how there is a sentence, a line, a through line that goes through every deck that you build.
Oh,
Not
yeah?
you or me, but everybody.
Like a mission statement of your whole deck arsenal.
Yes. And there's going to be people out there, I'm thinking, Lenny.
Yes.
I'm thinking...
His mission statement, Gumball.
I'm thinking all killer, no filler.
Yeah. Miller.
Just chiller Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to think of more things to add. Yeah,
all those two guys specifically, because I know that they're big deck builder guys that always try to do something different. I'll bet you even with them, when they build their decks, that line still exists. It'll be different than yours. It'll be different than mine. But there's something in every deck that we build that's
the same.
It's the fingerprint. It's like this is a Brando deck.
Fingerprint. Okay, that's a better one than mission statement. The fingerprint of you on that deck.
Yep.
What is it?
That you can't get away from it.
And
it's there.
Not pet card.
No.
And not my goal is to make every deck different than my other one. No. What's the thing that ties them all together? That's a good thing to think about because, and here's the thing, if you can identify what your fingerprint on your deck is, it will help you diversify your colors, your strategies, and the way you play the game to make you a more well-rounded player. There it is.
We're teaching people shit again. Hey,
there it is.
Go.
Yeah, man,
we did it.
There it is.
We did it. You know what else? What we did, because actually I went. Here's this. I didn't tell this for yesterday's deck. I went to see I wonder if there's some other enchantments that just could go in here that would be neat. And I went to the internet and I was looking at some enchantments, and then I immediately got sidetracked, and I went to fusiongamingonline.com and I bought a brand of Ill Omen.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Did you use CCO Summer promo code?
Sure did.
And on April 1st, would you use CCO Save promo code?
I sure would, because I wasn't going to buy that card anyway, but I did.
Because you saved money.
Yeah, because I paid less for it, and now I have it in the mail coming to my house. I'm very excited about it. There you go. If you don't know what that card does, I'm not going to tell you. Look it up by yourself, and then go, Brando, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. Why would you spend $2 Canadian on that card? 3 because I had to pay for shipping.
Oh.
But the point is, that's what I did. I went to fusiongamingonline.com, use CCO Save or Summer, depending on when you're listening to this, save myself 5% off. Then, probably after we're done here, we're going to go to our super secret meeting. We're going to drink some Pile of Bones Brewing Co. beers of choice, possible Fruit Loops, possible lagers. Who even knows of the second best thing out of Regina, and the official beer sponsor for Sidewalk Slam Season 2 on YouTube. Episode 3 out now, 4 coming soon, depending on when you're listening to this. Yeah. Thank you all for being here on this very special bonus episode, and we're going to be back next week with some Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
On the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast, hit our theme song!